You can only be you. And you are going to have to understand that some people are going to be intentional about misunderstanding the intricacies of who you are and the depth and the breadth of your soul, your existence, your creativity, and your overall personality. And sometimes this is a knowledge that bears repeating. It's necessary. And even at my big old age, right, there's always an encounter, an opportunity for spirit, for life to re emerge me with the reality that you are, I am, we are ever evolving. And we have to give ourselves grace to explore the new territory within ourselves. Sometimes we are going to have likes that we've never had before. We are going to find that we have interests that we disregarded, and they will come back in a new way, right? And then we may be more forgiving of ourselves and of these things, these discoveries, and wanting to explore that and embody that. But sometimes, with that decision to rediscover ourselves and put ourselves in a position to embody this experience and exude it well, it's going to make other people uncomfortable. But you can only be who you already are. It's already set in the quintessence of your overall character and experience to magnetize these things, to optimize opportunities to be drawn to these things. Let me, for reference, just kind of give you a background where this thought came from. Last week or a few weeks ago, I had put in submission for a speakers forum, and everything was going well until the administrator saw, I guess, my Instagram and saw, you know, my open spirituality. I'm a fairy. Y'all know I'm a fairy. And I'm very open with life. I'm very open with the mundane and the magical, so to speak. I believe God is in all things and aspects, and I align myself in a righteous way to experience God in ways that are outside of a traditional institution or belief. I do so with my heart, with my soul, and with a meditative mind and heart. Anyway, honey, she saw the page, and while to me it wasn't anything that was irreligious, she made a decision to not put me on the panel. And I'm telling you, for a straight week, I was crying and I was just like, what am I supposed to do? I'm practically 40 years old. I am not going to conform who I am, but this is definitely an opportunity that I wanted to take advantage of. But I can't, I literally cannot afford to change anything else about me, not for one speaker, you know what I'm saying? Not for an opportunity, not for a picture, not for a person. I literally cannot afford to change or rearrange any other aspect of my personality, and especially that of whom I have grown into and what I am loving about my evolution. I cannot afford to do that. And so I wanted to bring that to you as well. You cannot afford to be anything other than who you are, in the core of who you are. If it doesn't, involve imperative code switching, if it doesn't involve, you having to be professional, and, some people taking that to an extent that is comfortable for them, what more can you do? What more can you do? You can't be more liked, you can't be more embraced than the extent that someone is willing to embrace you, then someone is willing to like you, then someone is willing to allow you through their own perception the grace to be yourself. You can only be you. And that means carrying all the essence, the quintessence, the totality, right, of what it is you will acquire in this iteration of your knowing, and living that and exploring that unapologetically. That's what it means to be unapologetically free. I will not rearrange any other aspect for you to accept me, for you to embrace me. And if someone cannot accept you in the totality of who you are, and do I believe in decorum? Absolutely. Do I believe there's a time and place for everything? Absolutely, honey. I am one of the most bougiest, classy ratchets, okay, that you will ever meet in your life. There is a time and a place for everything. But what I will not do, especially with seeing how life ends for people and so many secrets that people take to their grave and what they didn't get to live and the experiences they didn't get to have because they were so committed to conformity. I can never again apologize. I will never again subdue who I am. I will give you doses, micro doses, but even in that, that is still a capsule of the bigness that is on the inside of me. And when it comes to you, you have to make an agreement that says, this is who I am, and this is who I agree to be. And I will not change for anyone because I can only be me. I can only do what I can do as me. Because if I have to be something else, well, then I'm someone else. I love you.